Is NPR reporter Arezou Rezvani and Hal Kempfer, retired U.S. Marine intelligence officer and founder of Global Risk Intelligence Planning. Hal, let's start with you. President Trump notified Congress that military action restarted last week. What does that tell you about what President Trump intends to do in the next few days, and why was it necessary for him to notify Congress?
Well, Alex, that's a requirement under the War Powers Act, and it looks like he's trying to restart the clock. There's a 60-day clock that goes with the War Powers Act. He said that at the end of or at the end of the last period, which was April 11th, when we went to ceasefire, that's when that clock stopped, and now he's trying to restart it. Of course, some will say, well, the clock really never really stopped, and there's been a lot of stuff going, but that's what his intent is. But certainly, if he's doing this, it's because he certainly thinks that this is going to go on for a while, and all the indicators are it will go on for a while.
The War Powers Act allows a president to essentially do war for 60 days without Congress declaring war. And so he doesn't want to ask them to formally declare it because they may not do so. He may not have the votes for that. So by doing it this way, in some ways, it is a work around Congress, something that other presidents have done in the past as well. Arezou, let's talk to you about the Strait of Hormuz and President Trump imposing fees or threatening to impose fees on the strait. Is that realistic? And how is Iran reacting to that?
You know, there's been a lot of incoherent messaging from this administration. You have Secretary of State Marco Rubio for the last several weeks saying that there should be no toll from any party, especially Iran, charging anyone any kind of fee. And then you have President Trump all of a sudden upending that, saying that he wants to be the guardian of the strait, saying that they will impose a protection fee guiding vessels through the strait. And I think this is going to ruffle a lot of feathers in Iran. I think the Revolutionary Guard Corps is going to be pretty upset by this. I think that they know that on the battlefield, they do not have the upper hand in terms of military strength and hardware. And where they do have a little bit of an edge, they've discovered, is this Strait of Hormuz. And so they are going to look at this as a direct threat. And I think it'll be interesting to see if that works out that way.
You say that the U.S. is underestimating Iran's capability. What do you mean by that?
Well, look, I mean, this war started at the end of February. We're now in July. It's nearly 5 months that this has been going on. And we are now in a situation where the blockade is back on. You have Iran striking vessels in the strait, striking and launching missiles and drone attacks on regional allies again. And I think that we've very much underestimated not only their capabilities, but their decentralized command structure that allows for them, after thousands of targets to be hit, to continue to wreak this kind of havoc in the region.
Hal, we looked at the oil prices a moment ago. What does all of this mean for global oil prices? Because that affects everybody watching right now if they've got to fill up their car.
They're jumping up. You know, they were down to about $70 a gallon, which is really a drop from where the top was at 120. And they're headed towards 60. And now, with just this, less than a week, they're up to 80 and they're headed north. And unless we can get a lot of ships, a lot of tankers going through the strait, it's going to increase. And we never got to the levels of transit that we had before the 28th of February and on the 27th. We just never got that daily total. There were some pretty impressive totals if you look at where we were during the midst of the war, but it never got to that. And until we can get that oil coming out of there in greater quantity, we're going to still deal with this stuff. And certainly, of course, it's all what they look at in the future. It's where they think we're going to be able to open it up in the future. And certainly with what we just talked about with the 20% fee, that's caused a lot of confusion in the marketplace.
Hal, is this a forever war? How does this end?
Well, this won't be a forever war. And I'm kind of familiar with those forever wars. So, yeah, but this will not be. But this is probably going to go on for a while. I can't tell you if usually if a regime collapses, it happens and everybody says, oh, it was inevitable. Yeah, it was inevitable. Now you say that now, but up until 5 minutes before, nobody saw it happening. That's kind of what I'd see here. If they collapse, it'll be seen as inevitable. But the reality is they're in desperate straits. Economically speaking, imposing the blockade puts a tremendous pressure on the regime. So I think they're going to come back to the negotiating table. I don't know what we're going to get out of those negotiations, but I think there's going to be a lot of kinetic action between now and whatever's agreed to, down the road.
And lastly, you feel like the war itself was inevitable.
I do. I think after October 7th, and I think after watching so many of the proxies fall apart in the region, that it was only a matter of time before Iran was going to be in the crosshairs.
Arzu, Hal Kempfer, well, thank you both for sharing your perspectives. Really appreciate it.